Hi everyone, and I'm out here in what I call my church in the Red Rocks of Sedona, Arizona, to make a video to tell you about the course Religion, Spirituality and the Transpersonal at Atlantic University. It's a course that I think is actually quite central and pivotal in what you might call transpersonal studies or even transpersonal psychology. So I regard it as being quite an important course, really, for those interested in that subject. And I guess the way I would introduce it is by asking you this question, which is, how do we study the transpersonal? Because it's really not obvious how we study the transpersonal, is it? Now, in many courses you will come across theories of the transpersonal within transpersonal psychology, but really the only way to study the transpersonal is via A, our own experience, and B, the experience of others. We can listen to the experience of others and we can match that with our own experience and kind of share the experience in that way if we assume we resonate with the experience of others. So these are really the two main ways that we study the transpersonal. In other words, we study it kind of from within. It's really a window on within. So in this particular course, these two aspects, so our own experience and the experience of others, really come together in a very powerful way, in the following way. Humans have been exploring and studying the transpersonal for thousands of years. And the expression of that in humanity are the religious traditions that have arose from that exploration. Now, I know that many of you will have criticisms and issues with Orthodox religion, but our goal in this course is going to be to try and see past the Orthodox, perhaps dogma and doctrines, to try and get a taste of what humans actually experienced in these religions, particularly from this mystical perspective. So the course is therefore a journey through the world's spiritual traditions, religious traditions, from a mystical or transpersonal perspective. And so what we're going to do is not only hear about the experience of others, so we'll be hearing about the experience of those who became enlightened in each religious tradition, the saints and sages, but we'll also be doing our own practice. So you'll do a contemplative practice from each tradition. So you'll be having your own experience, hearing the experience of others, and then we'll be reading original texts from each spiritual tradition. The original texts tend to sort of document and point the finger to the deep experiences of the founders of each religious or spiritual tradition. So we'll be going through a week or two on each tradition, starting with Buddhism, then Hinduism, then Buddhism, and then Judaism, Christianity, Islam, Taoism. We'll be looking at indigenous spirituality, and then we'll be looking at the New Age. The New Age is significant in the sense that it was really the first time where we started to think about separating spirituality from religion. So starting in the New Age, you could be a spiritual but not religious person. And so that's a new phenomena that we need to look at and assess what that means. And some of you may identify as spiritual but not religious. In fact, many students at AU do. So we have all of this bringing together of our own experience, the experience of others, looking in depth at how the humans have explored the transpersonal through these world's religions. And more importantly, so all of that's fantastic, and I know you'll enjoy it, but more importantly is we'll have a ton of fun while we're doing this. We're going to have a lot of dialogue. We'll be doing Zoom calls every other week so that we can discuss things in depth. We can really talk about anything, any aspect in these discussions. So it really, I think, is a fun course. I really have a great time teaching it, and I hope you consider taking it. I'd love to see you there. Thanks very much.